Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this channel, I'm covering communication skills for you to level up your way with words and become much more articulate. In today's episode, we are entering the world of mindset, and we're going to be talking about the difference between confidence and cocky. For me to truly tackle a topic like this, I need to tell you a story. And from this story, you will understand what it means to be cocky. And when you first understand how it is to be cocky, you get the negative stigma out of it, then it's much easier for you to understand what confidence really means. Around 15 years old, I started a YouTube channel where I would post a lot of random things. I did some magic tricks. I played basketball. There was a video of me getting a baby and making it dance to Yeah by Usher. The usual. But the channel was built around basketball. Around age 15, basketball was one of the most important things to me. I mean, a couple of years prior, I was really short. And I was told, if you play a lot of basketball, you're going to grow. I believed it. And there was that spiritual, magical element connected with the sport. Day in and day out, I would practice in my backyard. I would shoot a lot of shots. Every now and then I would go to the park. I would play pickup games with different individuals. And soon my skill set, it was getting sharp. I was starting to build confidence. I felt as though anyone that challenged me, I could hold my own. There was this one day that my family, we were hosting an event where a lot of different individuals came to our house and everyone was having fun. All the kids gathered in my room, and I noticed there was one kid that was sticking out. He was roughly 5'7", but he carried himself like he was 6'5". He was very confident, and whenever the attention wasn't on him, he would forcefully bring the attention back on him. Whenever the conversation among the kids were switching to different topics, he would see how he could bring those topics back to him. I started to see that this kid, whose name is Opu, by the way, he wasn't really confident. It seemed as though he was trying to overcompensate. It's like he just wanted the attention on him. And somewhere along this event, what happened was the conversation topic of basketball came up, and Opu was like, "Oh, basketball? I know how to play basketball. I'm amazing at basketball. I don't think any one of you kids could beat me in basketball." Now, mind you, Opu was the oldest guy in this room. And so he had this power play going on. He was talking to us like we were little children. But what was funny was most of us were taller than Opu. Opu looked like the child. And I was really quiet back then. So when Opu was making these claims that he's amazing at basketball, I wasn't standing up and saying, "Well, let's play one-on-one in my backyard then." I was just being quiet, and I was somewhat seething with anger. Opu continues to speak about his basketball prowess, and eventually one of the kids had enough. He's like, "Wait a minute, Opu, I don't think you could beat Armani. Armani is really good. You'll probably lose to Armani in a one-on-one." Opu was like, "Oh yeah, Armani? I mean, are you supposed to be pretty good?" I was like, Opu says, "All right, well, let's go to the backyard and let's play one-on-one." So we go to the backyard and we start to play one-on-one. Immediately, as I'm playing one-on-one, I know that I can toy with Opu. I could tell that he sucks. He's awful. And I'm thinking, well, how is he so confident by being this bad? The final score was 16-0. He didn't score a single point. And when he didn't score a single point like that, all the other kids, they began laughing at Opu. They started to joke around with him. They're like, "I thought you said you were good. You can't even score a single point, Opu? Come on." And I could have just let it be, right? I could have just been saying, "All right, guys, whatever. He lost, I won, that's it." But that's not what I did. Instead, after winning, after showing confidence in my skill set, I started to tease Oppo as well. I started to say, what's good, man? I mean, you want to play again? Maybe this time you could score 1 point. Come on, man. Like, you got to be better than that. I mean, if you need me to teach you how to play basketball, I will teach you. I was over here putting him down and bringing myself up. And that's when Oppo did something that to this day I remember. He looked up at me because he was such a short little guy. He put his hand on my shoulder and he said, "Hey, Arman, don't be cocky, bro." And he walked away. And that moment allowed me to understand something. It allowed me to understand the difference between cocky and confident. If I just stopped at winning the game and let my skill set show that I was better than Oppo, that would have been enough. But what I did was, instead of just stopping, I just kept going and going and going and going. I created this string. And I noticed cocky people have this quality that they all share. They create these strings of bragging about themselves, about putting themselves up. They don't just do it once, which I would classify as confident. They connect it over and over and over within one interaction. If you scroll back to the beginning of the video, when I was talking about Oppo in the room where he was dominating the conversation, he was building these little strings of just constantly bringing the topic back on him, back on him, back on him. And as he was building this string, he slowly went from confident to cocky. So there's often a lot of people that don't understand the difference. And a lot of people are scared to be confident because they think they're going to be cocky. I think the biggest difference is that confident people work in a burst. They build certain skill sets and they let it be shown. And every now and then they will promote themselves. I actually have a video called How to Ethically Promote Yourself. I'll link it right on here and in the description box right on below. You keep the skill set as the forefront. But cocky people, rather than speaking in bursts, they speak more so in strings, where they keep on bringing the focal point back on them. And each time they bring the focal point back on them, each time the skill set takes the back burner and they take the seat at the throne. And this is pretty much them just massaging their own ego rather than being confident. What Oppo taught me that day was, at times you just need to showcase your skill set, do a little bit of talking, and then leave it at that. But when you keep on just talking and talking and talking about yourself, and you put the skill set on the back burner, you try to put the Oppos of your life down to bring yourself up, that is when you are hopping from the realm of confidence to the territory of cocky. If you enjoyed today's talk, go on and drop that like for me right on below and share this video on your social media of choice. Thank you very much for joining the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel, and I'll catch you next time.